Sports Network from Learfield. This is Huskies basketball. Brought to you by Centracare University of Minnesota Physicians Orthopedics, the exclusive orthopedic supplier of Huskies athletics. Also brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, serving justice for the injured. Northwest Partners. Visit us at northwestpartners.com. And by Shields, your team sports headquarters. Now, welcome to the Huskies pregame show.
And welcome back inside Hollenbeck Hall for another weekend of NSIC basketball. And today, as we wrap up the 2022 half of the season, the Minnesota State Moorhead Dragons in town to take on your St. Cloud State Huskies. Good afternoon, Happy New Year, and welcome to another edition of Husky basketball here on the Husky Sports Network. I'm Steve Linsmeyer, joining you this afternoon on the first of two this weekend. We'll ring in the new year tomorrow with Northern State. The Wolves coming to Hollenbeck Hall for another 1 o'clock tip-off for the women's game. The men will follow at 3. But we'll wrap up the new year, or the old year, I should say, today with a matchup against Minnesota State Moorhead. The Huskies and the Dragons coming up. It should be a defensive battle today. The Dragons and the Huskies in the women's hoops among the most defensively locked down teams in the NSIC, where Minnesota State Moorhead is second, Minnesota State Moorhead is first in the NSIC in scoring defense, averaging 55.6 points per game given up. Minnesota Duluth is second at 56.2. Also, I should say tied with St. Cloud State at number 2, 56.2. The only other team under 60 is the team we'll see tomorrow in Northern State. So everybody else is north of 60 points given up per game, including Crookston, Wayne State, Upper Iowa, all north of 70 in the NSIC in terms of points given up. But today it is number 1 versus number 2 in scoring defense at St. Cloud State and Minnesota State Moorhead. A race to 55. We'll see who wins coming up in just a little bit. The Huskies and the Dragons are next. We'll take a break. When we come back here on the Husky pregame show, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Huskies. Lori Fish joins us in just a moment here on the Husky Sports Network from Learfield.
Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Think you know St. Cloud State University? Think again. We are scholars and bold thinkers. We are innovators using cutting-edge facilities and technology. We are focused on the success of every student. We are a university of choice, offering programs in high-demand fields. And we are the home of the Huskies. Make SCSU your home. Visit our campus and learn more at scsu.mn. St. Cloud State University. Bold, innovative, focused.
Jack and Jill went up the street for checking that's totally free. With Gate City Bank, they love ATMs because there's never a fee. Anytime, anywhere, no monthly fees tumbling down. And with 43 locations, there's a Gate City Bank for every town. To open your account like Jack and Jill, visit gatecity.bank today. It only takes a few minutes and you'll fetch a free gift along the way. Up the street or down the hill. Welcome to checking that's totally free. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
Michelob Golden Light is the smooth golden taste of Minnesota and the official beer of here. What's so special about here? Here is where you pursue your passions. Here is where you simplify. Here is where you reconnect. And wherever here is for you, we'll be there. Michelob Golden Light. You are here. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Golden Light Draft Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Huskies fans, the wait is over. The St. Cloud State men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level. With the Shields Fan Shop, we have an unmatched lineup of fan gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Huskies fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of St. Cloud State basketball and Hoops fans everywhere.
Back here on the Husky pregame show as we get ready for tip-off. The Huskies welcoming in Minnesota State Moorhead this afternoon, and we are joined by the head coach of the Huskies, Lori Fish. And, Coach, first off, I hope you had a great holiday.
It was refreshing, relaxing. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. I think it was great for everyone to take a little break and spend time with family. Yeah, that's always, the basketball season gets to be a grind, and by this point, everyone does kind of need a break, a couple days off, and hopefully come back recharged. Yeah, I think they did. But it's good to be back and get back after it and get into routine like we talked about earlier. So it's been enjoyable. It's been an enjoyable week here getting ready for this weekend. Let's go back for just a second to that Duluth game. You're going to make me think that far back. Wow. We're a week and a half, 2 weeks ago almost, to that game against Duluth. And, it was really kind of the same story that we've talked about, I think, a few times with the fact that at times you guys looked really, really good. And there were times when it was like, okay, where's the offense coming from and, what's going on defense? But there were some stretches, again, where you guys were really, really sharp. Yeah. We didn't get off to a good start. That first quarter wasn't very good for us, but I thought we played a much better second half. And, I think sometimes when teams, which we're going to see today, get a little physical with us and kind of force our offense way out, we get on our heels and we don't get in attack mode. And I thought we became better at not, even defensively, maybe being more aggressive and not letting people do that to us. Well, we talked about the fact that, you and Duluth play all these low-scoring games. Well, today could be very similar to that, another physical team, like you said. But this is a team in Minnesota State Moorhead that is right up there in the conference rankings with you guys in Duluth in terms of defense. What kind of things do they do well defensively? Carla always has them prepared. She's a tremendous coach, and you don't have the success she has had over the years without being really good. And they're going to force us out. They're going to pressure us. What they do really well is rebound the basketball. They average, like 41 rebounds a game, and they're going to make us take tough shots, and they're going to try and get us out of rhythm. They're going to be physical on us, and we haven't handled that well. And so we've talked about that this week in practice. We've got to be able to handle when people are physical with us and force us out. How about maybe go back door, keep cutting hard. Maybe we'll get a call here or there, but we got to learn to play through that. We got to be tougher. We talked about that. What are some challenges they present offensively for you guys? Everything for them starts with Peyton Boom. She does a great job. She can score in a variety of ways. But I think this year, compared to a year ago, I think their guard play has really picked up. They've got some shooters, and they're pretty balanced. They've got about 3 or 4 people in double figures in their starting lineup, and I think their bench comes in and gives them solid minutes. There's not a drop-off. And so I think they're just really a well-rounded team and very balanced. And so we definitely have to be aware of where their shooters are and those things. But defensively, we're going to have to be solid. And I think the game will be won in the rebounding battle. Well, and you talk about their balance. They've got 3 players that average double figures, and then after that, it's a whole bunch of 6, 7, 5s. So they've got a kind of a balanced attack, but they've been able to sort of find that, that third option and who's going to be their third option. You guys have gotten to the point where I think we're starting to figure that out a little bit with what Drew's been able to bring in terms of her shooting. And when she's making shots, that changes the way defenses have to guard you guys. Yeah, it helps open things up a little bit, especially, a little bit for Trina when, the people have been packing the paint. Especially they do that a lot with our offense because we like to get stuff going to the basket on cutters. But we definitely need a third option. I do think it will help us, too, if we can get a little bit more from our bench. But, we got to get people to come in and pick up some rebounds, get a stop defensively, get some steals, those things, some energy plays, and I think that'll get us going, too. Well, Coach, I wish you luck today, and we talked about how big this weekend was 2 weeks ago when we talked about it. Now it's finally here. Hopefully we can go get a couple W's. Yeah, it's a big weekend, and we got to take care of business at home for sure. Good luck today, Coach. Thank you. That is Lori Fish, head coach of the Huskies, joining us here on the pregame show. We'll get set for tip-off here shortly. It's St. Cloud State, Minnesota State Moorhead next here on the Husky Sports Network.
When you need someone to listen, a lawyer you know and trust.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. Did you know that the CDC estimates that around 3,000 people die each year from texting and driving? plus other distracted driving practices. That's even more worrying when you count the over 600,000 drivers who use their phones while operating their vehicle, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Association. And who uses texting the most? Young people do. Student drivers. This year, make it your objective to forget about your phone while you drive. Just 2 seconds of texting increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting takes just 1 second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. I hope you're never in a motor vehicle collision, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Michelob Golden Light is the smooth golden taste of Minnesota and the official beer of here. What's so special about here? Here is where you pursue your passions. Here is where you simplify. Here is where you reconnect. And wherever here is for you, we'll be there. Michelob Golden Light. You are here. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Golden Light Draft Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at workatcanes.com.
St. Cloud State University is a game changer for advancing your career. Our master's and doctoral programs meet your professional goals and the needs of top employers. With more than 60 programs and 100 degree options, you will get to the next level. SCSU is all in and focused on your success. Make your next move. Enroll in classes online or at our St. Cloud or Plymouth campus locations. Learn more at scsu.mn/grad school. St. Cloud State University. Bold, innovative, focused.
Back here inside Hollenbeck Hall, Steve Linsmeyer with you on the Husky Sports Network as we get ready for tip-off. St. Cloud State and Minnesota State Moorhead this afternoon, first of two this weekend, as the Huskies will welcome in Northern State tomorrow. The Wolves coming from Aberdeen, South Dakota, and they'll be in town tomorrow to begin that doubleheader also at 1 o'clock. So both of these doubleheaders starting at 1 o'clock today and tomorrow. The men's game, of course, will follow suit later on at about 3 o'clock. We are a little bit after our scheduled 1 o'clock tip time today. They set the clock to run out at 1 o'clock, which they usually set the clock to run out 5 minutes before tip-off, and then you have the national anthem starting lineups, then you can pretty much tip off right near 1 o'clock. But unfortunately, they set the clock wrong today and had it expire at the top of the hour. So we are going to be just a few minutes past our scheduled 1 o'clock tip time today between Minnesota State Moorhead and St. Cloud State. Let's take a look at the other games today going on in the NSIC. We've got 6 doubleheaders going on today. Minot State hosting Bemidji State. That is going on today in Bemidji. Minnesota State Mankato is at Concordia St. Paul. University of Mary is at Minnesota Crookston. Southwest Minnesota State is at Sioux Falls. And Winona State is at Upper Iowa. Now, this today was supposed to be the day that the travel partners would play each other, right? So it was supposed to be Minot State and Mary, and we were supposed to be in Duluth taking on UMD, but the fact that And, of course, then Bemidji and Crookston were supposed to play, which is the case with Winona State, Upper Iowa, Southwest and Sioux Falls, and Minnesota State and Concordia. Those are all travel partners that are playing today. That was supposed to be the way it was supposed to be across the conference on this New Year's Eve. But both Minot State, Bemidji, Mary, Crookston, us, UMD, Northern, and Moorhead all had their games 2 weeks ago wiped away because of travel conditions. So they flipped the weekends. And we played Duluth 2 weeks ago up at Romano Gym. And then they moved this weekend, or those games from 2 weeks ago to this weekend. So there'll be games today and tomorrow for us here in St. Cloud and up in Duluth. I believe those will be, then of course, Minot State will go to Crookston, Mary will go to Bemidji tomorrow. But the rest of those, Minnesota State and Concordia, Southwest and Sioux Falls, Winona State and Upper Iowa, they will all have tomorrow off. And of course, I did forget there's one other doubleheader. Northern State is at UMD. I skipped over that one. So we do have 7 doubleheaders scheduled to start here at the top of the hour. Let's see if there is any others that start later today. Nope, those are the only games on the docket. So there's 7. Nope, 8. I can't count. Let's see. So then Winona State, Upper Iowa start at 2. Which one is not listed on this other site then? Augustin and Wayne are scheduled to play at 1:30 today. So those are all, that's via the NSIC official webpage. There are 8, all 16 teams in action today. And then tomorrow, it'll just be us against Northern, Minnesota Duluth against Moorhead, UMary against Crookston, and Bemidji State against, or UMary against Bemidji State, Minot State against Crookston. Those will be the games tomorrow. So a little bit different schedule. Sorry, I talked to myself in circles in that one because the one web page that I was looking at did not have the full assortment of games listed for today, but there are 8 doubleheaders. All 16 teams are in action today in the Northern Sun. We'll take a break, come back, and take a little bit more deeper look into this matchup between St. Cloud State and Minnesota State Moorhead.
Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Back here inside Hollenbeck Hall, Steve Linsmeyer with you on the Husky Sports Network as the Huskies and Minnesota State Moorhead get set to tip things off here in just a bit. Talked about defenses ruling the day today as Minnesota State Moorhead, the top defensive team in the NSIC. St. Cloud State and Duluth are tied for second. And then we'll see Northern State tomorrow. They are 4th. So in terms of women's basketball in the Northern Sun, this is as good as it gets defensively, and points will be at a premium today as these two teams tangle for the first time. They, of course, will play each other once more, and that will be at Nemzik Hall in Moorhead on Saturday, February 4th. And the women will play the second game of that doubleheader on Saturday afternoon. We'll take a break for the national anthem. The starting lineups and tip-off are coming up next here on the Husky Sports Network. It is Minnesota State Moorhead and St. Cloud State. Tip it off next here from Learfield.
Jack and Jill went up the street for checking that's totally free. With Gate City Bank, they love ATMs because there's never a fee. Anytime, anywhere, no monthly fees tumbling down. And with 43 locations, there's a Gate City Bank for every town. To open your account like Jack and Jill, visit gatecity.bank today. It only takes a few minutes and you'll fetch a free gift along the way. Up the street or down the hill. Welcome to checking that's totally free. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
Hey, Huskies fans, the wait is over. The St. Cloud State men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level. With the Shields Fan Shop, we have an unmatched lineup of fan gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Huskies fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of St. Cloud State basketball and Hoops fans everywhere.
On the Huskies Sports Network, from Learfield, this is Huskies Basketball, presented by CentraCare University of Minnesota Physicians Orthopedics, your experts in orthopedics. Also brought to you by Speedy Delivery, better overnight delivery, lower price. Mies Outland, Minnesota's premier power sports dealership for over 75 years. And by Deerwood Bank. Some call it Minnesota nice. We call it #Deerwood nice. The tip is moments away. Now let's go courtside.
St. Cloud State and Minnesota State Moorhead about to tip things off here from Hollenbeck Hall. Steve Linsmeyer with you on the Huskies Sports Network. Let's take a look at our starting lineups today, and we will start with the visitors from Minnesota State Moorhead. They will start this way. Number 1, Mariah McKeever, a 5'8 junior guard from Ada, Minnesota. Number 10 is Natalie Jens, a 5'7 sophomore from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Number 22 is Taryn Johnson, a 6'2 freshman from Kindred, North Dakota. Number 34 is Olivia Skibble, a 6' junior from Snohomish, Washington. And number 30 is Peyton Boom, a 6' senior from Barnesville, Minnesota. So for Carla Nelson and the Dragons, it'll be McKeever, Jens, Johnson, Skibble, and Boom. St. Cloud State is 7-3. They are under the direction of Lori Fish in her 15th season at the helm of St. Cloud State. They'll start this way. Number 11, Jada Egerbrecht, a 5'9 freshman from Phillips, Wisconsin. Number 21, Tori Peschel, a 5'9 junior from Sauk Center, Minnesota. Number 32 is her sister Kelsey, a 5'6 senior from Sauk Center. Number 34, Drew Henning, a 5'10 junior from Mukwonago, Wisconsin. And number 45 is Katrina Tice, a 5'11 fifth year from Maple Grove, Minnesota. So for St. Cloud State, it's Egerbrecht, Peschel, Henning, and Tice. As the lights are out here at Hollenbeck Hall and starting lineups being introduced. St. Cloud State wearing their home whites. Minnesota State Moorhead in their visiting red jerseys today. St. Cloud State currently in 3rd in the NSIC North, a half game behind the University of Mary. And for Minnesota State Moorhead, they are in 4th place. They are a half game behind St. Cloud State. It's a big weekend for the Huskies. If they can win today and win again tomorrow, they would finish their first trip through the NSIC North at 5-1. Now they played Duluth twice, so they'd really be 6-2. Or 6-1 on their first trip through, if you don't count the second Duluth game, as they have now played Duluth twice before playing Moorhead or Northern. Peyton Boom goes to the center circle for Moorhead. Katrina Tice counters for St. Cloud State. The Huskies in white, the Dragons in red. The ball is in the air. The opening tap is knocked down into the circle and picked up by Kelsey Peschel. And the opening possession belongs to St. Cloud State. Lob into the high post for Tice. She's going to face up, and the defender, Taryn Johnson, drops off a couple of steps. Here's Egerbrecht, pick and roll. Tice, left side finish, count it, and one. And the Huskies are off and running with the game's first basket from Katrina Tice. So Jada Egerbrecht on the pick and roll, and finished by Tice, and now she'll try to add the point after. That foul is going to go against Peyton Boom. It'll be her first and the first team foul. And Tice's free throw off the back rim and out. And the Huskies have had their struggles at the foul line in this season. They are the top defensive free throw shooting team, which you don't have any control over that. And then in terms of shooting their own free throws, and that is going to be a jumper knocked down by Taryn Johnson. Drew Henning to the back door, the right side for Egerbrecht. Tried to go reverse layup. Gets her own rebound. Three-pointer missed now by Peschel. Offensive rebound for Henning. She goes up under the basket, throws it up short. And the rebound cleared out of there by Taryn Johnson. Right side for Natalie Jens, and they'll swing it around left side for McKeever. McKeever with it on the angle, moves it up top. Now they'll give it up right side for Jens. Jens holding her dribble, going to lob it into the post, and Tice reaches up and takes it away. Over to the side for Egerbrecht. Bounces it now towards the high post. And with it is Egerbrecht. Back to Tice as she slips the screen. Skips it across far side. Now Henning right of the circle. Three. That one's going to be short. And a rebound picked up by McKeever. This ball rolls to the half line and almost scooped up by Egerbrecht. And out of the top of the key, they'll fire it underneath. Backing in, trying to go up and under is Johnson. It's poked out of her hands and out of play. McKeever will inbound on the baseline right with 8:08 to go here in the opening quarter. Catch on the right side for Skibble. That's knocked away by Tice. She runs it down at the half line, and the Huskies have it. Here's Tori Peschel into the front court. Right-hand layup. Left it short. And Boom pulls away the miss. Here comes Jens with it right sideline for Moorhead. Up top, they'll swing it around to the far side. McKeever looks to attack, spins left, scoop shot, good. What a finish from Mariah McKeever. And it puts Minnesota State Moorhead in front for the first time with 2.5 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. Lob into the high post for Tice. Tice backing her way in, now to the right side, and puts that one up and in. Two more for Tice. And the Huskies have tied it now at 4. Far side with it is Skibble. Back up to the right wing for Jens. They'll move it around the perimeter, back to Skibble far side. She'll try baseline, runners over the rim, no good, but gets her own rebound, tapped back to her. And then she misses from point blank, but a foul is going to be called. It's going to go on Kelsey Peschel. First free throw from Skibble is good. So going back to St. Cloud State's free throw percentage issues, they are the lowest team free throw shooting team in the conference at 58.9%, which is almost 9 percentage points behind Winona State, but then they are the top opponent free throw percentage. Over on the side, now they'll swing it around right side at 6-4 as Skibble made both of them. Skip pass goes to Egerbrecht. She'll drive the baseline, running layup, bounces off the back rim. And rebound cleared out of there by the Dragons. Here comes Jens down to the right side. She's stopped there. Out to the top of the key. Here's a three from Boom off the back rim. And a long rebound out towards McKeever.
My legs aren't good today.
McKeever walks it out to the wing. Now they'll spin it into the post.
Kelsey.
Backing in, spin move left side. And a shot put off the rim goes to Peyton Boom. And it's 8-4. A 4-point lead now for the Dragons. Up to the top, heading around a Tice screen. Works her way down to the right, now goes to Tice at the foul line. 16-footer is good. And Tice now with 6 for St. Cloud State. She's got all 6 for the Huskies. Right side with the McKeever. Drives the angle, pull up 8-footer from the right side. That's no good. Rebound weak side, pulled away by Egerbrecht. Lob pass up the side, goes to Henning. Now they'll give it in to Tice. Tice short jumper and knocks it down again. Just pulled the trigger from that left angle about 8 feet away. And this game now tied at 8 with 5:23 to go in the opening quarter. Jens trying to get around a screen, now dribbles the angle, and the layup is good and one. It's going to go on Henning. It'll be her first and the team's second, and a 4/5 line change for St. Cloud State. Wirtz, Litt, Sawicki, and Van Zandt will all join Egerbrecht on the floor. And we'll get a full line change now as Alyssa Stamer will come in. So Stamer checks in, Jens with her first basket. And that free throw is good, so Jens converts the three-point play, and Tori Ratz will come in now for Minnesota State Moorhead. They lead 11-8. Van Zandt will give it up to Wirtz on the right side. Wirtz now goes to Litt. She'll fake the pass, swing it left. Three from Van Zandt is good, and she knew it. Van Zandt knocks down the triple, ties the game now at 11. Next dead ball, the under 5. McKeever shuffling with it from the middle to the far side of the floor. Now comes back towards the midline. Gets a screen, dribbles down to the block, trying to go up and under Litt. Litt blocks the shot. Rebound tapped to the baseline, last touch by Moorhead. That'll take us to the under 5. 4:42 remaining here in the opening quarter. It's 11-11. St. Cloud State and Moorhead are tied here on the Husky Sports Network from Learfield.
Jack and Jill went up the street for checking that's totally free. With Gate City Bank, they love ATMs because there's never a fee. Anytime, anywhere, no monthly fees tumbling down. And with 43 locations, there's a Gate City Bank for every town. To open your account like Jack and Jill, visit gatecity.bank today. It only takes a few minutes and you'll fetch a free gift along the way. Up the street or down the hill. Welcome to checking that's totally free. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
Hey, Huskies fans, the wait is over. The St. Cloud State men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level with the Shields Fan Shop. We have an unmatched lineup of fan gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Huskies fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of St. Cloud State basketball and hoops fans everywhere.
Back here on the Husky Sports Network, Steve Litzmeyer with you from Hollenbeck Hall. The Huskies and Minnesota State Moorhead. This game tied at 11, 4:42 to go in the opening quarter. And I do want to apologize. I misspoke. I read the stats wrong in terms of free throw percentage. St. Cloud State is the lowest team free throw percentage, but then they are also the lowest opponent free throw percentage. So that means they have the highest against, which when you list the stats, you'd think you'd put the highest first and the lowest. Here's Van Zandt on a backdoor cut. Huskies have it with the opening possession here after the under 5. Van Zandt with it on the right wing, looking for a screen from Sawicki. Gets it, now swings it left for Wirtz. Wirtz trying to attack the middle, up top, Van Zandt's three, yes! Another one from Van Zandt, she's got 2. And a 6-0 run for the Central Missouri transfer. And the Huskies have jumped in front 14-11. McKeever going back around a screen, kicks to the corner, open three from Skibble is good. It's the first field goal for Skibble. And St. Cloud State, they called that a long 2. So it's now they put 3 up on the board. So it is a 3 from Skibble, 14-14. Here's Van Zant into the middle. Scoop shot with her right hand on the left side was short. And Jasmine Litt steals the rebound away from McKeever. Over to Stamer, right wing 3, that's gonna be long. And Litt's got the offensive rebound and puts it back and one. So Litt will go to the free throw line for an extra one. That foul's gonna go against McKeever. It'll be her first and the team's second. And Litt will go to the foul line for an extra free throw. First foul shot from Litt, or only foul shot from Litt is good. She converts the three-point play, and St. Cloud State leads 17-14. Jens will walk into the wing and hand it off to Ratz. Now up top, working her way to the post is Boom. Boom's gonna shoot over Sawicki, and it goes in. What a tough shot from Peyton Boom, but she gets it to go. 17-16, the Huskies by a point. Litt with it at the high post. Over to Van Zant on the flare to the right wing, trying to go around Jens. Nothing there, backs it out. Pass towards Stamer between the circles. Stamer walks to the wing, hands to Wirtz. And Van Zant just flat out dropped it, and Jens will pick it up and race the other way for a layup. And that puts Minnesota State Moorhead in front, 18-17, after the mishandle from Van Zant. Van Zant around a Litt screen, trying to turn the corner. Now crosses over, Boom goes towards the baseline, and then a reverse layup will be short, but she is going to be fouled by Ratz. That's going to be her first. And a 4/5 line change. Well, not quite. 3/5 right now. They'll wait on Van Zant. So Van Zant's first free throw is good. And Van Zant with 7 points here in the opening quarter, as that ties the game now at 18. Second free throw also good. So Van Zant makes both. Jada Egerbrecht will come get her. And with 2:27 to go in the opening quarter, it's 19-18, a 1-point St. Cloud State lead. So we thought points would be at a premium, but so far the offenses are scoring at will in the first 8 minutes. Jen's gonna go into Boom, low left side. She'll back her way in against Tice. Gonna shoot over and drops it home. 6 now for Boom, and she's just continued to back it and shoot over who's ever defending her. And it puts Minnesota State Moorhead in front by a point at 20-19. Here's Egerbrecht on the curl towards the middle, gets cut off. And looking for a handoff, working towards the wing. Now a jumper from Tice hits the front rim. Kelsey Peschel, though, has the offensive rebound, and she'll bring it back out and reset. High post, it goes to Tice, gonna face up on Boom. Here's Tori Peschel on the short right side. Picks up her dribble, fires it right to Egerbrecht. Egerbrecht looking for Tice, looking to go the baseline. Pull-up jumper, got it. 12-foot pull-up from the right baseline for Jada Egerbrecht. And the lead changes hands again. It's 21-20, St. Cloud State by a point. Natalie Jens with it for the Dragons as she walks towards the right wing, trying to cross up Egerbrecht. Gets cut off, though, by Peschel. Tori knocks it away, and then Kelsey is there to scoop it up, and a foul on Jens. So that'll send the ball back to St. Cloud State with 69 seconds left in the opening quarter. A 21-20 advantage for the Huskies. Alyssa Knight coming in. 5'11" sophomore from Bruton, Minnesota. 1 minute to go. Litt gets the bounce pass towards the high post. Gonna face up. And flips it over now to Egerbrecht on the left wing. Egerbrecht looking for Tice, who's posting up inside. Instead goes to Peschel, out to Litt, straight on three, yes! Jasmine Litt hits the triple. And the Huskies lead 24-20. Minnesota State Moorhead hardly gives up 55 points a game, and St. Cloud State with 24 here in the first quarter. Boom, she traveled, no whistle, throws it out to Jens. Jens trying to turn the corner, down to the right baseline. Runner hits the side rim. Offensive rebound, though, for Knight, out to McKeever. Her three hits the back rim. Jens the offensive rebound, and she's going to be fouled here. It's going to go on Egerbrecht. So it'll be a couple of free throws for Jens. Taryn Johnson, the freshman, coming back in the game. First free throw from Jens is good, as she's now 2 for 2 from the foul line. The sophomore from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. 16.7 seconds remaining in the quarter. Jens hits both, and it is a 2-point Husky lead, 24-22. Here's Egerbrecht with it across the timeline with 13 seconds. Around the screen, looking for Tice. Now to Litt, quick touch pass in the post, and Tice is going to be fouled. So a couple of free throws coming here for Katrina Tice. With the clock stopped at 6.9 seconds remaining. First free throw from Tice is good. She's got 9 here in the first quarter. And the Huskies with a 25-22 advantage. Second free throw, Tice. That one hits the front rim, and Litt almost had the offensive rebound. Here's McKeever, right sideline with 3. Into the front court, launches a 22-footer, hits the front rim, and that will end the first half. So after one, St. Cloud State 25-22 leading Minnesota State Moorhead. And they've got about 40% of what Minnesota State Moorhead gives up all game in the first quarter. They lead by 3 here on the Husky Sports Network.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Back here inside Hollenbeck Hall, Steve Lindmeyer with you on the Husky Sports Network. It's 25-22, a 3-point advantage for the Huskies. Don't forget to stop by Quick Trip. Quick Trip Rewards. Quick Trip's loyalty program is a great way to save money at the pump and in the store. Check out quickrewards.com for more information. Minnesota State Moorhead will start the quarter with the ball. 10 minutes on the second quarter game clock as the inbound goes to Natalie Jens, and she'll jog it across the half line. Brings over the left side, gives to McKeever. McKeever trying to back her way in towards the elbow. Instead moves it up top now to Knight. Over on the right wing for Skibble. Skibble, left side it goes on a float pass to Jens. Now Johnson comes up above the top of the key to get it. Here's McKeever, same spot she just missed from to end the quarter, and she chucks up an air ball. And that will give the ball to St. Cloud State as that one bounds out of bounds over on the far side of the floor. Peyton Boom coming back in. So first, second quarter possession for St. Cloud State. Walks and hands it off to Kelsey Peschel on the wing. She'll dribble it across towards the right wing. Peschel looking for Egerbrecht. Egerbrecht looks like she might have twisted something there, but Tice is inside for a layup. 2 more for Tice. 11 for Tice as Egerbrecht appears to be okay. Looks like she came out of that scrum on the... Here's Boom with a fadeaway jumper, and she knocks it down. Looks like she came away from that screen a little hobbled for a moment, but maybe it was just a shoe issue. And she looks to be all right. 3-point lead for the Huskies as Boom scores again. Tice right side of the lane, floats it out to Egerbrecht. 19-footer straight on, straight through. Jada Egerbrecht with the field goal there for St. Cloud State. She's the team's leading scorer, just barely ahead of Katrina Tice. Well, I guess technically now, after scoring 11 points here in the first quarter and change, would technically be the team's leading scorer. Boom with it near the high post, starts to back her way in. Defender falls away, and she misses a 9-foot fall away off the front rim. Rebound for the Huskies. Right side, Egerbrecht skips it over. Left wing, 3 from Henning is no good. And the rebound peeled away by Knight. Jens up the left sideline. Skibble now deep in the corner. Tries to go baseline. Boom underneath. Floats a pass back out to the top for Jens. Here's McKeever. Trying to go around the defender. Dribbles in baseline. That was a travel, no whistle. Rebound, though, picked up by Boom. 3 from the corner. Skibble, no, but on the other side, all by herself, is Alyssa Knight. So Knight puts it back, and it's 29-26. 3-point lead now for the Huskies with 7:40 to go in the quarter. Here's Egerbrecht on the give and go, down to the right baseline. That shot hits the side of the backboard. And the Dragons want to run. Long pass ahead for Skibble. Skibble skip pass across to Jens. Jens dribbling baseline. Floater from in front of Henning, rolls off twice. And picked up by Tice and a defensive rebound for St. Cloud State. Henning with it, fires underneath. She was looking for Egerbrecht, had to try to thread the needle there. And just about got it through. Van Zant and Litt coming in for the Huskies. And first time we've seen Kayla Youngs for Minnesota State Moorhead. Tori Peschel inbound on the baseline right. Finds Litt inside in the middle between 2 defenders. She missed, gets her own rebound, misses again, and now Tori Peschel comes out of there with it. Over on the right side, now it's Litt, right of the circle. 3 is short, and McKeever's got the rebound. And McKeever will bring it into the front court. Bounce it over left side for Jens. Jens looking for Skibble coming off the screen. She'll come to get it up top. Now McKeever on the right wing. McKeever trying to cross her way into the paint. Nice spin move up and under. Step through, and that one swirls in. So McKeever gets that one to go. It's a 1-point St. Cloud State lead. The offense has stalled a little bit here for the Huskies since they had 25 points in that first quarter. Nice backdoor, and Litt gets it inside, and she's going to be fouled. So a couple of free throws coming for Jasmine Litt. So we'll get a couple of free throws for the 6-foot junior from Pulaski, Wisconsin. Taryn Johnson coming back in for the Dragons. So right now, I mean, this is how they start, but this is a big lineup here with Johnson, Skibble, and Boom all on the floor for Moorhead as Litt misses a free throw. Second free throw from Litt is no good. It bounced around twice. I thought it was going to drop. And now a frustration foul from Litt going after that loose ball. That'll be her first. And the Huskies' first team foul of this second quarter. 6:20 to go till halftime. St. Cloud State holding a 1-point lead. They have just 4 points here in this first 4 minutes of the second quarter after putting up 25 in the first quarter. Inside for Johnson, trying to get around Litt. Litt slipped, and Johnson turns around and drops it a short jumper. So it puts Moorhead back in front. A 9-4 run here in the quarter for the Dragons has given them the advantage. Heading with it left of the circle. Kelsey Peschel on the flare to the right side. Looking in for Litt. Now Sawicki up top. Going to lob it in for Litt. Too high and out of bounds off of St. Cloud State. And it's going to go to the Dragons. Egerbrecht, Tice, Tori Peschel all coming back now for the Huskies. 5:38 left till halftime. McKeever will jog it up now for the Dragons. McKeever dribbling it on the right wing, guarded by Egerbrecht. Bounce it up top to Tori Ratz. Ratz around a Johnson screen, picked up her dribble though immediately. She had an opening, didn't take it. Skibble skips it across. McKeever shot fake, trying to go around Egerbrecht into the middle. Out to the free throw line. Skibble's jumper hits the front rim. Johnson's got the offensive rebound. And it's 20 seconds on the shot clock now for the Dragons. McKeever walks to the left side, hands it off to Ratz. Over to the right wing, they'll enter it in to Johnson. Skip across the floor. Here's McKeever, jumper blocked by Sawicki. And we'll see what the call is here. That's going to be, yeah, it should be Moorhead basketball. So it will be Moorhead basketball. 2 on the shot clock. Two seconds on the shot clock, and that'll take us to the under 5. I was going to say, yeah, that should.
Yep, okay.
Yep, so we'll have the under 5 here with 4:52 remaining in the first half. It's 30-29. Minnesota State Moorhead holding a 1-point lead here on the Husky Sports Network.
Michelob Golden Light is the smooth golden taste of Minnesota and the official beer of here. What's so special about here? Here is where you pursue your passions. Here is where you simplify. Here is where you reconnect. And wherever here is for you, we'll be there. Michelob Golden Light. You are here. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Golden Light Draft Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Huskies down a point, 30-29. Steve Linsmeyer back with you from inside Hollenbeck Hall on this New Year's Eve 2022, the final day of this year. We'll be back tomorrow for a little New Year's Day basketball as the Huskies will take on Northern State. That'll start again at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Brian McKeever will inbound to the baseline right. With 2 on the shot clock, they go to Boom, right back to McKeever, and the shot clock expired before she get the shot off. So it'll be St. Cloud State ball, a shot clock violation against the Dragons. And the Huskies trying to find an offensive answer here in this second quarter as the Dragons, I don't know if they made some adjustments or what, but oh, that's got to be a foul. That pass went into Sawicki, and Johnson just shoved her in the back. And the ball rolled free, and the Dragons have it. Bailey Keski in the ball game for the first time for the Dragons. Right side, McKeever trying to get away from Van Zant. Pass up to Boom, now inside for Johnson. Johnson trying to spin left, floats it back out to McKeever. McKeever right side of the circle. 6 to shoot, drives in, and wow, she's going to get bailed out. It's going to be a couple of free throws for McKeever. McKeever had nothing going there. She even kind of arm barred the defender. So it'll be a couple of free throws for McKeever. That foul went against Van Zant. It's going to be her first as McKeever hits the free throw. Now, that's probably a foul. However, it's one of those tough ones because McKeever really had nothing going, and sometimes it's not in the officials' best interest to reward them for that. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Huskies 3-point deficit. Van Zant chucks up a three. That's going to be short. And the rebound comes down to Taryn Johnson. Keski will jog it into the front court for the Dragons. Over to McKeever on the right wing. They'll lob it in. Posting up now is Boom, working in towards the baseline. And that jumper is going to drop for Peyton Boom. She was falling left as she put that one in. Here's Sawicki from the right baseline. Too strong off the backboard. And picked up by Keski. Long pass up the floor right side into the hands of McKeever. He'll swing it around to the left side for Keski. Keski moves it up top. Now right side for Skibble. And it's going to be a reach in on Tori Peschel. So Peschel called for a reach. And it's going to be the third team foul against the Huskies here in the second quarter. So they have one more to give before the penalty. Dragons have one team foul in the quarter. 3:15 left until halftime, and it is a 14-4 advantage for Moorhead here in this second quarter. Keski, give and go, back to Boom. Boom, nice move, left side finish is good. Boom with 12. As she got herself open right down the middle. And now a 16-4 advantage in the quarter for Moorhead. Up top for Tice. Tice a couple of dribbles to the right side, flips it over to Van Zant. Van Zant goes to Egerbrecht. Egerbrecht inside for Tice, low right side, too strong. She put it up and missed it long. And now a foul on the Huskies. It's going to go against Tice. It'll be her first. And the fourth team foul, so the last 2:43 on every foul. Moorhead's going to be shooting free throws. Keski works it to the left side and gets it right back from Skibble on a handoff. Now Boom sets the screen, give and go, back to Boom, and she fumbled it out of bounds. It's going to St. Cloud State. So Boom couldn't quite reel it in. Egerbrecht will bring it back. The Huskies down 7. This is their largest deficit of the game, down 36-29. Drew Henning to Egerbrecht, peeling right and knocks it down right side of the lane. 6 for Egerbrecht. Huskies badly needed that field goal. They had not scored. Oh, it already updated. Here's a three from the corner, and McKeever knocks it down. So 39-31, the lead grows now to 8. Huskies had not scored in over 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, excuse me. Inside for Tice, back to the wing. Here's Egerbrecht, catch and shoot three. That's way too strong. Tori Peschel, the offensive rebound. Egerbrecht to the half line to save it. Henning's she launched almost a half quarter. I think she thought the shot clock was running down. And that's going to be an air ball out of bounds, and the ball is going to go to the Dragons. 39-31. An 8-point lead now for Moorhead. Bailey Keski with it for the Dragons, and they've got an 8-point lead. Down a high screen, down to the right side, lost the ball right to Van Zandt. Van Zandt on the run. 2 defenders in front of her, shot blocked by Boom, but Tice, oh, she couldn't put it away. Tice had the putback. This one tipped out near the half line. Kelsey Peschel goes to get it. And a foul going to be called on Peyton Bang. So Bang picks up the foul. Running that one down out near the half line. Alyssa Knight coming back in for the Dragons. 57 seconds left in the half. Inbound goes to Kelsey Peschel. Lobs it towards the high post for Tice. Tice flips it over to Kelsey on the left wing, around a Tice screen into the middle to Henning, right of the circle, 3, yes! Henning knocks down the 3. And by the way, I just went back and looked. It was 5 minutes and 31 seconds without points for the Huskies in this quarter. And now a foul as Kelsey Peschel runs into the back of Keski. So Keski's going to get a couple of free throws. Went on Kelsey Peschel, her second. And Keski's going to get a couple of free throws now for the Dragons, 39-34. A 5-point lead for the Dragons as Keski's free throw is good. Second free throw coming here for Keski with 32 seconds left in the quarter, and that one bounces in. So Keski hits both, 41-34. And the Moorhead defense has tightened the screws here in the second quarter. And the lead is 7. There's a 1.5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clocks. The Huskies can almost run it down. Van Zandt now to Henning, swing it left. Here's Tori Peschel in front of the Moorhead bench with a 3 misfired. Offensive rebound for Henning. Fall away from the baseline is no good. 3 seconds. McKeever crossover, launches a half quarter at the horn, off the backboard, no good. And that'll send us to halftime with Minnesota State Moorhead leading 41-34. So it is a 7-point advantage for the Dragons after the first 20 here from Hollenbeck Hall. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Connor O'Brien, the assistant coach of the Husky men. Will join us to talk about their matchup. That's coming up on the other side of this one against the Dragon men. And former St. Cloud State Husky Tim Bergstresser is now the head coach of Minnesota State Moorhead. Talking about that coming up more as the men's game rolls on as well. But the Husky women trailing 41-34 at the break here on the Husky Sports Network from Learfield.
St. Cloud State University is a game changer for advancing your career. Our master's and doctoral programs meet your professional goals and the needs of top employers. With more than 60 programs and 100 degree options, you will get to the next level. SCSU is all in and focused on your success. Make your next move. Enroll in classes online or at our St. Cloud or Plymouth campus locations. Learn more at scsu.mn/grad school. St. Cloud State University. Bold, innovative, focused.
Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
When you need someone to listen, a lawyer you know and trust.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. Did you know that the CDC estimates that around 3,000 people die each year from texting and driving? plus other distracted driving practices. That's even more worrying when you count the over 600,000 drivers who use their phones while operating their vehicle, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Association. And who uses texting the most? Young people do. Student drivers. This year, make it your objective to forget about your phone while you drive. Just 2 seconds of texting increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting takes just 1 second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. I hope you're never in a motor vehicle collision, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at workatcanes.com.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
On the Huskies Sports Network from Learfield, this is Huskies Basketball. Brought to you by Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Banking is what we do. People is who we are. Quick Trip. See you next time. Roto-Rooter. Trusted plumbing and water cleanup services at any hour, any day. And by CentraCare University of Minnesota Physicians Orthopedics, the exclusive orthopedic supplier of Huskies Athletics. Now, this is the Huskies Halftime Show.
We're going to talk some Huskies men's basketball as the Huskies get ready to take on Minnesota State Moorhead this afternoon in what is the final games of the first trip through the Northern Division of the NSIC. And the assistant coach of the Huskies, Connor O'Brien, joins us right now. And, Coach, first off, how was your Christmas, my friend?
It was good. It was good. Actually got a chance. We went out to Colorado to visit some family. I have a brother that lives down in Fort Collins, so it was good. Taking a 7-month-old baby on a flight is always interesting, but it was good. How about yourself?
It was good. Glad to be back here and chance this weekend to get a couple of big conference victories as Minnesota State Moorhead and Northern State come to town. This, of course, was the flip from that weekend right before the holidays when we were supposed to have them here in town. We're supposed to actually be at Duluth tonight, but those two weekends flip-flop due to the weather and a little New Year's Eve/New Year's Day matchup with Minnesota State Moorhead and Northern State. Well, let's start with going back just a little bit to that Duluth game. You guys played really well for the most of that game. Unfortunately, fell in overtime again to the Bulldogs. But when you look back at that game, what do you take away from that effort that you guys put out?
Yeah, I was proud of the effort. Thought guys competed at a high level. That was what we really wanted to get from them, stressed, and our guys played really well, I thought, and they moved the ball, they played defense, and I thought we did a lot of good things. You got to finish games, and it was happened the first time, and I said it after the first time we played them. You got to be able to finish, and part of what makes them good is they are experienced. They've been in those situations, they know what to do, and they take care of it. And thought, it was one of those games. It's a lot of plays go each way down the stretch, and it was close. We just got to be able to close it out.
It would help if Drew Blair was mortal against us like he is against everybody else, but my goodness, he just continues to have big games against us. And I went over the numbers with Coach Henderson in the postgame with what he's been able to do against us versus everybody else. He just seems to kind of rise to the occasion a little bit in the rivalry game.
Yeah, he does. He's a really good player. Veteran player, and looking back on it, it's like some of them you just got to tip your hat. I mean, he had a couple of tough shots. He hit some long ones. But there's also, we got to do a better job collectively on him. We got to get into him a little bit more. But he's a good player, and good players do that, and they hit shots when it matters. And we could use him to miss a few more, but he's a nice player.
Well, now you get Minnesota State Moorhead, a team that's 9-2. They're towards the top of the Northern Division. We haven't seen the Dragons yet this year. We'll see them twice, obviously, in the second half of the season. When you see the Dragons on film, what do you take away?
Veteran group, definitely experienced, but they really can shoot it, and they got some good athletes too. And I think the one thing that they do is they really can kind of get you going to the rim, but they also they have really good shooters, so they do a little bit of both, where it's not necessarily drivers, not necessarily shooters, it's kind of both, and I think they're good because of that. Yeah, they put you into some tough spots.
Well, defensively, they're second in the NSIC in scoring defense. They don't turn the ball over, so they do a lot of those little things, to win games. What kind of challenges do they present defensively for you guys?
Yeah, they're I think part of what makes them good, they're really athletic, and they're tough. They're strong, tough kids, and that's kind of how Coach Bergstrasser played back in the day when I was going up against him, so I'm sure that's what he emphasizes. But, they present challenges just because of that. But I still think, like anyone, I think if you can move that ball, you get them moving side to side, you're going to be able to get good shots out of it. So we got to just move that ball. We got to take care of it. But yeah, they're not going to turn it over. They're not going to give you many back. So it values each possession.
Well, and speaking of Coach Bergstrasser, his first game back here in this building since he played and was part of that 2010 team that reached the Final Four here at St. Cloud State. And then, of course, you guys will get a little bit of a boost. Jalen Griffin going to be on the floor for the first time this season today. What do you like about what he's going to be able to bring?
Well, he's a tough kid and just plays with an edge to him. I think you'll see that really early on. He really plays with energy and with an edge, and he shoots it. He can go to the hoop. He's an extremely explosive guard. We're excited. I'm really excited to get him out there. I think defensively he'll really be able to help us right away. And then offensively, it's going to take some time. We're not expecting the world from him right away. It's really tough to come in kind of mid-season and find a rhythm, but that's what he's going to have to do. And I think he'll help, and I think you'll see that edge right away.
We're going to see some of that toughness back out there today like we saw against Duluth?
I hope so. That's a goal. That's definitely, and he brings some of that, so that's what's nice. But, yeah, that's a goal.
Coach, good luck today, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you.
That is
Appreciate
Connor O'Brien, assistant coach of the Huskies, joining us here, and we'll be back from the Husky Sports Network from Learfield.
When you need someone to listen, a lawyer you know and trust.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. Did you know that the CDC estimates that around 3,000 people die each year from texting and driving, plus other distracted driving practices? That's even more worrying when you count the over 600,000 drivers who use their phones while operating their vehicle, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Association. And who uses texting the most? Young people do. Student drivers. This year, make it your objective to forget about your phone while you drive. Just 2 seconds of texting increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting takes just 1 second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. I hope you're never in a motor vehicle collision, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw & Bryant.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Jack and Jill went up the street for checking that's totally free. With Gate City Bank, they love ATMs because there's never a fee. Anytime, anywhere, no monthly fees tumbling down. And with 43 locations, there's a Gate City Bank for every town. To open your account like Jack and Jill, visit gatecity.bank today. It only takes a few minutes and you'll fetch a free gift along the way. up the street, or down the hill. Welcome to checking that's totally free. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
Back here at Hollenbeck Hall, Steve Linsmeyer with you on the Husky Sports Network from Learfield. It is a 41-34 advantage right now for the Dragons of Moorhead, who lead the Huskies in NSIC women's hoops. Take a look at the first half numbers. The Huskies outscored 19-9 in that second quarter. St. Cloud State just 4 of 17 from the field. 23% in that second quarter for the game. They're 13 of 35 for 37%. Moorhead is 15 of 30 for an even 50%. Leading the way for the Dragons, Peyton Boom has 12, Mariah McKeever with 9, and 7 from Natalie Jens. For the Huskies, 11 from Tice, 8 from Van Zant, 6 from Egerbrecht, 6 from Litt, 3 from Henning, 2 from Kelsey Peschel, and turnovers, just 4 for the Huskies, 6 for Minnesota State Moorhead. Rebounding, this is another area where the Dragons are very good, is on the glass, and they are +9 right now. Each team with 9 offensive rebounds. But Moorhead with 15 defensive rebounds. Now they've had more chances, obviously, because the Huskies have missed far more shots than Minnesota State Moorhead has. But they are still +9 right now on the glass, and all 9 of those advantages coming on the defensive glass to this point. 7 ties, 6 lead changes. St. Cloud State led by as many as 5. Moorhead led by as many as 8, including a 12-0 run that gave the Dragons the lead. We'll take one final timeout. Second half coming your way next here on the Husky Sports Network from Learfield.
Did you know you can now get your Quick Trip favorites even quicker with mobile ordering through your Quick Rewards app? You can have all your favorites like chicken tenders, pizza, Nature's Touch ice cream, or a new puppy waiting for you when you arrive. Okay, just kidding about the new puppy. We're still working with the developer on that one. Order ahead, grab and go. We can even bring the orders to your car curbside. Hey, the quick life is a good life. Download the Quick Rewards app and order ahead today.
Back here inside Hollenbeck Hall, the Huskies will start with the ball here in the second quarter. It'll be the Peschel sisters, Egerbrecht, Henning, and Tice for St. Cloud State. McKeever, Skibble, Johnson, Boom, and Jens all on the floor for Moorhead, as the Huskies will start with the ball. Again, outscored 19-9, and they go right inside. Egerbrecht slips through the middle and finds an opening inside. And a great pass from Peschel, and the Huskies score on the opening possession to cut it to a 5-point Moorhead advantage. Jens will walk it over to the right side. Now they'll lob it in for Boom. Boom backing in on Tice, spinning right, throws it up too strong. And on the weak side, it's run down by Tori Peschel. Peschel to Egerbrecht. Oh, she was looking for Tice, instead takes a 19-footer. That's an air ball. And she mishandled it momentarily. She was trying to go quick touch pass to Tice, who was cutting the lane inside. Johnson working around to the right. Her scoop shot is going to miss badly. Rebound by Henning. Up ahead now for Kelsey Peschel, and she'll move it back towards the middle and set up the Husky offense. High post for Tice, facing up, looking for Egerbrecht on the flex cut. Instead to Henning, now to Peschel over on the far side. Kelsey with it. Goes in for Henning. Henning skips it around right side. Here's Tice, long 2. That's going to be short. from the angle, and the rebound pulled away by Boom. Boom with it up top. She'll swing it left for Skibble. Now into Jens in the corner. Jens will dribble it out towards the top of the key. Skibble comes back to get it right wing. Looking for Johnson on a post-up. Instead goes to Boom. Boom out to Jens. Catch and shoot. Left wing three is short. And the rebound batted off the rim and picked up by Henning. Up the right side for Egerbrecht. Feeds Tice, cutting the lane. Tice trying to slip through a double team. Lost the ball, but the ball picked up by Tori Peschel. Out to the wing. Egerbrecht wide open for three, and it rattled out. Defensive rebound reeled in by Taryn Johnson. Up ahead for Skibble. She'll try the three in the corner. That's going to be long and off the back rim. And then right back into that spot Skibble was standing, run down by Drew Henning. And the possession belongs to St. Cloud State. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Huskies trailing right now by 5. Kelsey Peschel with it up top. Now feeds it over to Tori Peschel. Henning with it on the flare to the right side. Kelsey Peschel comes to get it. Tice trying to post up. Here's Henning in front of the Husky bench. That's going to be short. Rebound into the corner, and Boom's just going to let it go. And that one rolls out of bounds to the Husky bench, and it'll go back to the Dragons. So the Dragons will have possession, leading by 5. Jens cuts her way to the near side of the floor and gives it up to Skibble. Now right side to McKeever. McKeever back to Skibble, left of the lane, tries to enter in the post for Boom. Boom tries to go baseline, spins back towards the middle and drops one in right over the top of Katrina Tice, and the lead goes to 7. Peschel walks it now to the right side in front of the Husky bench, wants a screen from Tice, hesitates, dribbles into the middle, feeds it out to the corner. Egerbrecht with a long two, rattles home. Left corner two-pointer for Egerbrecht. She's got 10 in the game, 4 in the second half for the Huskies. Skibble with it right wing, enters in now into the post for Johnson. She reverses out. Jens is wide open for three. That one is no good. And the rebound reeled in by Tori Peschel. And now Kelsey Peschel will take it down the middle of the floor into the top of the key. Walks it now to the left wing. Picked up by McKeever. Egerbrecht coming off the screen. Picked up by Jens. Around a tight screen. 19-footer right angle. Got it. And the offense starting to go through number 11 here in the third quarter, excuse me. Jens will walk it across the timeline. The Huskies have cut it now to a 3-point deficit, 43-40. Egerbrecht on Jens, around a Boom screen. She threw it on the pick and roll behind her and out of bounds. So St. Cloud State will get it back. Wirtz, Dareem coming in, and also Jasmine Litt. So 3 new Huskies took the floor. And Dareem will bring it up, bounces to the high post. They'll go over to Wirtz now, right of the circle. Wirtz feeds it to Egerbrecht on the flare. 19-footer left angle is good. She keeps standing on the three-point line, but knocking them down, and the Huskies have cut it to 1. McKeever, baseline floater. Wow, what a shot from McKeever. Now a timeout for Carla Nelson. First basket of the half for Moorhead, and a timeout is going to be called by the Moorhead bench. We'll take a full timeout as well. Huskies down 45-42, 5:31 to go here in the third. You're tuned into Husky basketball on the Husky Sports Network from Learfield.
Jack and Jill went up the street for checking that's totally free. With Gate City Bank, they love ATMs because there's never a fee. Anytime, anywhere, no monthly fees tumbling down. And with 43 locations, there's a Gate City Bank for every town. To open your account like Jack and Jill, visit gatecity.bank today. It only takes a few minutes, and you'll fetch a free gift along the way. Up the street or down the hill. Welcome to checking that's totally free. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
St. Cloud State University is a game changer for advancing your career. Our master's and doctoral programs meet your professional goals and the needs of top employers. With more than 60 programs and 100 degree options, you will get to the next level. SCSU is all in and focused on your success. Make your next move. Enroll in classes online or at our St. Cloud or Plymouth campus locations. Learn more at scsu.mn/grad school. St. Cloud State University. Bold, innovative, focused.
Huskies down 3, 45-42. They have held the Dragons to just 4 points here in the first 4.5 minutes of the third quarter. Wertz, Dream, Litt, Henning, and Eggebrecht, the 5 Huskies. And Dream will bring it up. Over now to the right wing, wants a screen from Henning, gets it, works it towards the top of the key. Dream caught, now trying to float a pass towards Henning, towards Litt, tipped away, stolen by McKeever. And McKeever into the lane, spinning through traffic, missed the left-handed layup. And Litt pulls away the miss for the Huskies. Here's Dream with it right sideline. Up to Litt, top of the key. Eggebrecht swings it over far side. They try to enter it to Litt. Boom, jump the pass. Litt gets it back, and she's going to be fouled. Boom jumped the pass, but did not bring it all the way in. So a couple of free throws for Jasmine Litt will come after the under 5. 4:56 remaining here in the third, and it's a 3-point lead for Minnesota State Moorhead on the Husky Sports Network.
St. Cloud State University is a game changer for advancing your career. Our master's and doctoral programs meet your professional goals and the needs of top employers. With more than 60 programs and 100 degree options, you will get to the next level. SCSU is all in and focused on your success. Make your next move. Enroll in classes online or at our St. Cloud or Plymouth campus locations. Learn more at scsu.mn/grad school. St. Cloud State University. Bold, innovative, focused.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Huskies down 3. Jasmine Litt at the free throw line when action resumes here at Hollenbeck Hall. Steve Linsmeyer with you here on the Husky Sports Network. 45-42, the Dragons leading by 3. In a game that has seen 7 lead changes, 6 ties. Here's Litt's first free throw, and that one is good. Litt now 2 of 3 from the foul line. Moorhead, though, has led the first 5 minutes and change here in the third quarter, so we have not had a lead change yet here in the second as Litt makes both free throws. And it's 45-44. Minnesota State Moorhead leading by 1. As Jens walks it over the wing, enters it down to the right baseline for Boom. Boom starting to back her way in, now spins baseline. Shot puts one off the glass, that's no good. But an offensive rebound momentarily for Knight. And now a jump ball. And the alternate possession is going to stay here with the Dragons. And the shot clock at 20. See where they'll put the shot clock now at 17. So the Dragons will inbound baseline left. It'll be thrown in by Kayla Youngs. That goes into the corner. And this pass almost too high, but Jen's able to fingertip it. Now Jen's working around Eggebrecht and into the paint for a layup. Natalie Jens with her first basket of the second half. She's got 9. And the lead back to 3 now. Inside for Tice. Tice against Boom to the high post. Litt, jumper from 16 is good. Jasmine Litt having herself a nice afternoon. She's into double figures now with 10. Left side, off into the corner now for Jens. Jens a couple of dribbles to the wing, bounce it into the post. This one hit the foot, though, of Knight and picked up by Eggebrecht. Huskies can take the lead for the first time since the 6.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Litt inside on the low right, but missed it. And it rolls off of her fingertips and back to Jens. Here come the Dragons. Left sideline, Youngs with it. Up top now, McKeever calling for it. And boom, off the curl. Defender fell over. Shot hits short. And the rebound picked up by Tice. Here comes Tice with it right side. Dribbles towards the wing. Wirtz now to Egebrecht. Left wing three. Going to roll off the rim. And Tice tipped the rebound to Litt, but it smoked her in the face. And Litt a little shaken up. Here comes McKeever with it for the Dragons. McKeever trying to work underneath Van Zandt, and she'll be fouled. And a couple of free throws. So there'll be some free throws now for McKeever. So McKeever will shoot a couple of free throws, and that one rattles out. McKeever 2 for 3 from the foul line. One-point lead for the Dragons. Second McKeever free throw is good. By the way, Litt came out after taking that rebound tip right to the face. She was a little shaken up there. Tori Peschel trying to post up, had it knocked away, now out to Tice. Van Zandt with it on the left wing. Entered into Tori Peschel, out top for Kelsey. She'll try the three from straight on and hits. Kelsey Peschel puts the Huskies in front, 49-48. That is your 8th lead change. McKeever peeling her way into the paint. Now back up to Jens. Jens through traffic, lost the ball, and the rebound popped into the hands of Van Zandt. Van Zandt working out of the right wing. She'll pull it back out top. Kelsey Peschel out between the circles, directing traffic. Brings it over to the right wing. A lot of dribbling now for Peschel. Gets a Henning screen down to the left baseline. She's cut off there, out to Tice. Short jumper from the middle is short. And the rebound picked up by McKeever. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the third. McKeever across the lane, spins back towards the middle. Now a step through, blocked by Peschel. But McKeever gets her own rebound, then throws it to Van Zandt. 2-on-1 for the Huskies. Van Zandt to Tice, right side, layup is good. Tice with 13, the Huskies by 3. Minute 48 left in the quarter, out to Jens, shot fake. Trying to work around Van Zandt. Out to the top of the key, they'll swing it left for McKeever, and now Henning is going to be called with a foul for displacing Skibble in the post. .92 seconds left in the third. Bang and Johnson coming back for the Dragons. By the way, they do have a Peyton Bang and a Peyton Boom, so if you were confused at all by that, those are two different people. Keski tried to throw it to the pick and roll, but Tice leaps in front and steals it, and the Huskies have it back. Tori Peschel now between the circles for the Huskies, brings it over to the right wing, wants a screen from Tice. Now Henning reverses it left to Van Zandt. Here's Kelsey Peschel near the free throw line. Back out to her sister, gonna lob it in for Tice, low right side. That one was knocked away from the backside though by Bang. And under a minute now as the Dragons have it back. 3-point lead for Minnesota State Moorhead. Keski around the high screen, back to the middle, skips it out right, Skibble a three, that's gonna come up short. And the rebound picked out of there by Tice as she picked it up off the floor. Kelsey Peschel standing on the logo. Shot clock and game clock about a 13-second differential. Henning spins away from trouble near the foul line, out to Kelsey Peschel. She'll try the three, she'll hit the three. 2 threes in the quarter now for Peschel, and the Huskies lead Moorhead by 6. 18 seconds to go in the quarter. Keski trying to get Van Zandt off her, now gets it up top to Bang. Bang with the dribble, tipped away, ball loose at the half line, but picked up by McKeever. McKeever with 4. Working around, a defender throws up a prayer, and it's caught by Tice, and the quarter ends with the Huskies in front by 6. 54-48. St. Cloud State with a 20-8 advantage in the third, as they now lead by 6 here on the Husky Sports Network from Learfield.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time, which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at workatcanes.com.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
St. Cloud State leading Moorhead 54-48. By the way, I can't count. It was 20-7 in the quarter for St. Cloud State. And they lead now by 6. The Dragons will start with the ball. The Dragons in that quarter just 3 of 15 from the field. So they made just 3 field goals in the quarter and had 1 free throw. That was by McKeever. Huskies will start the fourth with the ball in a 6-point lead. And Kelsey Peschel will run the point. She'll bring it over to the wing, looking for Egebrecht, but instead now Tice sets a screen up top, and Peschel will get it to the right wing. Skip off into the corner. Van Sant to 3. It's going to be just short. And a weak side rebound pulled in by Boom, and she almost threw it right to Van Sant, but instead finally gets it to Jens. 20 on the shot clock for the Dragons, and that was nearly knocked away. Skibble to the angle, pull-up 9-footer is good for Olivia Skibble. 54-50. 4-point advantage now for St. Cloud State as they get the ball back. Henning, left elbow, looking for Kelsey Peschel. Shot fake. Hesitates her way down to the block. Nothing there. Now Van Sant up top. Swings it over to Henning. Inside for Tice. Cleared the defender and laid it in. 15 for Tice, and the Huskies lead again by 6 at 56-50. Left side wing, Skibble with it. Looking for Boom in the post. They'll give it to her left block. Runs a pass over to McKeever. She'll try the 3, and she hits. So McKeever's second 3 slashes the deficit in half, and it's 56-53. 90 seconds gone here in the fourth. Egebrecht out between the circles, now gets it to Van Sant. Van Sant swings it over to the right side for Kelsey Peschel. Up to Henning, left of the circle, 3, ring it up. That one hardly hit the net. It tickled the twine from 22, and the Huskies back up by 6. 59-53. Jens inside, and McKeever and Kelsey Peschel tied up. And it's going to be a foul on the Huskies. Alyssa Knight back in for the Dragons. Jasmine Litt, Tori Peschel back in for St. Cloud State. Skibble will inbound on the baseline right side. Ooh, and Skibble almost stepped over the line trying to get that inbound. This pass is tipped. It goes towards the corner, and Tice is there to get it as Egebrecht got her hands on it. Tori Peschel will bring it out between the circles, walking out to the left side wing. Jens is all over Egebrecht. Egebrecht gets herself Clear and goes to the basket, and a scoop shot drops and one. She had the defender all over her, but got underneath Knight. And what a finish. By Egebrecht. And her free throw rattles out, and that is off of the hands of Boom and out of play. So the Huskies will keep it after the missed free throw by Egebrecht. And the Huskies will inbound on the baseline right. Inbound will be thrown in by Peschel. Here's Egebrecht off the curl. Short jumper is good, and Jada's taken over here in the second half. 63-53, the Huskies by 10. Right side wing, they'll get it into McKeever. Defender goes flying, and McKeever knocks it in from in close. But a timeout now for Carla Nelson. 7:27 remaining in the fourth. Huskies up by 8. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. You're tuned into the Husky Sports Network from Learfield.
Think you know St. Cloud State University? Think again. We are scholars and bold thinkers. We are innovators using cutting-edge facilities and technology. We are focused on the success of every student. We are a university of choice, offering programs in high-demand fields. And we are the home of the Huskies. Make SCSU your home. Visit our campus and learn more at scsu.mn. St. Cloud State University. Bold, innovative, focused.
Hey, Huskies fans, the wait is over. The St. Cloud State men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level. With the Shields Fan Shop, we have an unmatched lineup of fan gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Huskies fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of St. Cloud State basketball and hoops fans everywhere.
St. Cloud State up by 8, 63-55. They'll get the ball back after the made basket by McKeever. Huskies have dominated the second half so far, outscoring Moorhead 20-7 in the third quarter. And now lead here by 8 for the first time. There's Egebrecht on the give and go to the back door. Tries to throw a skip pass across, but McKeever stole it for a moment, now tries to keep it in. The Huskies have it back, and Litt buries a three. Jasmine Litt's second three of the game, and the Huskies lead by 11. McKeever spinning her way into the paint. Jumper is going to be way short. And the Huskies have a couple bodies on the floor, and Tori Peschel will wait for everybody else to get back as both Litt and Van Zandt hit the hardwood. And now the Huskies have it at an 11-point lead. This pass is stolen away by McKeever, and Peschel will take her one-on-one the other way, and McKeever misses from point blank, and Litt comes out of there with it for the Huskies. 66-55, St. Cloud State by 11. Egebrecht goes to Litt, left of the circle. Looking for Van Zandt on the curl. Instead, now it's Egebrecht right of the circle. Jada around the screen towards the free throw line. Out to Tice, inside for Litt. Litt goes back to Tice. Tice gets past. Boom, lays it in and one. Two more for Tice. And a chance for a third at the foul line, and the Huskies have opened up a 13-point lead with 6:12 to go. Free throw coming for Tice is good, and Katrina gets that one to crawl over the front rim and drop. 69-55, the Huskies by 14. Lob inside for Boom. Backing in Tice. Left side layup. Spins off the front rim and out. And a rebound for Tori Peschel. And Jade Egerbrecht will go get it near the half line for the Huskies. Egerbrecht with 18, 12 of those coming here in the second half. Tice face up. They're looking for Egerbrecht off a double screen to the far side. And now Jaden's got it back. Here's Van Zant, top of the key. Over to Litt. Litt a shot fake. Dribbles down the middle. Had it stripped. She still got taken down. And Moorhead has it back. McKeever stopped on the elbow. Now back to Boom. Boom left side shot blocked. And it's going to be a travel, actually, because the ball never got out of the hands of Boom. So you don't see that one every day. But that was blocked, and then Boom never let the ball go. And she's called for a travel. Huskies by 14, 69-55. Henning checked back into the game for Litt. Tori Peschel with it out top, feeds it inside for Egerbrecht. Egerbrecht faces up, and she's going to be called for a travel. The shot rolled off. But a whistle and a travel will send the ball back to the Dragons. 5:07 to go here in the fourth. Huskies 69, Minnesota State Moorhead 55. Jens around a Boom screen towards the right elbow, flips it back, and now they'll swing it left for Rats. Rats trying to look into the post. This one, off the fingertips of Knight, but she reels it back in. Here's McKeever now with 10 to shoot. Down the right angle, throws up a tough shot, and the rebound picked out of there by Tice. The Huskies are -5 on the glass, but they have dominated the second half so far. There's a backdoor lob to the weak side for Henning. She tiptoes the baseline to keep it in, and now she walks it out towards the wing. Tice facing up on Boom, feeds Henning in the post. Henning turns around, jumper hits short, and a rebound taken down by Knight. Next dead ball, the under 5 as we approach the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. McKeever holding with it on the right wing. Up top, they'll swing it around to Jens. Jens gonna lob it in for Knight. Knight skips it across the floor. A 3 from Rats is good. And the freshman from Fergus Falls, Minnesota, has her first points of the day. And a timeout for St. Cloud State. 6:52 remaining. And the Huskies up 11. That'll be a timeout, and looks like it's just a 30-second timeout. It'll be just a 30-second timeout with 3:52 remaining. Huskies have upped their shooting percentage to 45% in this game. And that includes the 23% they shot in the second quarter. So at halftime, the score was 41-34 in favor of Moorhead. Since then, they've scored 17 points. And the Huskies have scored 35, so 35-17 has been the advantage for St. Cloud State here in this second half. And they lead right now by 11. Special Sisters get it in after the timeout by the St. Cloud State bench. Henning, free throw line extended on the left side. Gets it to Tice up top. They had Kelsey Peschel on a backdoor through the middle. Egerbrecht inside for Tice. Tice low on the right. Working in on Boom. Spins left, and she's fouled by Boom as Boom hit the hand of Tice. It'll be a couple of free throws for Tice. Tice 2 of 4 from the foul line so far today. 8 of 13 from the field. Free throw is good from Tice. Yeah, I must have screwed something up. I have Tice 3 for 4 from the line. And she hits both free throws there. And it's 71-58. So a team that gives up just over, Jens is going to be fouled here. A team that gives up just over 55 points per game in Minnesota State Moorhead's given up 71 already. Jens is going to get some free throws here. Rats coming back in for the Dragons. 3:19 remaining in the fourth. Jens with 9 points and misses her first free throw attempt of the game. She's now 3 for 4 from the line. Second free throw from Jens is good, so Jens makes them both, or splits the pair, excuse me. It's 71-59. And a little pressure put on now by the Dragons. They're going to force the Huskies to bring it 94 feet. Tice with it to the high post. Now it's Tori Peschel with it up top. Feeds underneath for Henning, and she cuts the lane and scores. 8 for Henning. And the Huskies back up 14. Boom swings it over to the right side for McKeever. McKeever lobs it inside to Knight. Knight faces up, now goes back to McKeever. McKeever leans into a 19-footer. That one hits the side of the backboard, no good. And a rebound for Tori Peschel, and a foul going to be called on the Dragons. That's going to be the 14th foul on Moorhead. So no free throws on that one, but the Huskies will inbound to some pressure put on now by Moorhead. The inbound goes to Kelsey Peschel. The Huskies break away from it. Kelsey Peschel will avoid a double team at the half line and get it to her sister Tori. 2.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Huskies up 14. Kelsey Peschel with it on the right wing. Nice move to the angle. Falls down. Tice has the rebound, puts it back. And the Huskies up 16 at 75-54. 2:10 to play. McKeever over to Boom. Now Jens in front of the Moorhead bench splashes in a three. First three from Jens. That is the 5th three made today by Moorhead. High post for Tice. Tice gets by Boom. Left-hand layup, spins off the back rim and in. 77-62. Minute 40 left. Jens trying to cross over Egerbrecht. Dribbles in, and Jada blocked it off her face. And now picked up by Tice, and then Jens is out of bounds. .91 seconds left, and the Huskies are on the verge of a big conference victory. Inbound goes to Peschel. Tori with it now, looking for her sister, gets it to Kelsey across the half line. To Tice above the high post. Tice facing up, now to Kelsey Peschel left of the circle, and Kelsey opts not to take the three, which was a good decision. The clock far more important now, and now she'll try a three from the weak side, missed it. Her sister Tori, though, got the offensive rebound. And the Huskies are not going to come back in their rebounding deficits that they had at halftime. But they are down just 2 rebounds now. Here's Tice, turnaround jumper, drops and one. Adding to her huge afternoon, 26 now for Tice. With 48 seconds remaining. And the Huskies are going to exit with most of their starters here. Ashley Sawicki will wait to see if Tice makes this free throw. 18 for Egerbrecht. She had just 6 at halftime. And she hits the foul shot there to make it 80. to 62. So Tice exits with 27. And it has been a second half domination today for St. Cloud State. Over on the left wing with it is Youngs. Now up top for Bang, and Bang gives it up to Keski. Keski works middle, tosses right to Youngs. Youngs into the lane. Keski now to the left baseline, trying to work around Litt. 6 to shoot. Youngs down the middle, gets a pass out to the wing right side. Up to the top of the key, and a shot clock violation. As Sarah Kingland held on to the ball as the shot clock expired. And the Huskies will be able to run the clock out as the shot clock goes dark. Final 10 seconds here at Hollenbeck Hall. And Wirtz will run the clock down, and the Huskies have just hung 80 on the top defense in the Northern Sun. They put up 80 points today to beat Moorhead 80 to 62. A dominant second half effort for the Huskies, and win number 8 for St. Cloud State. They'll try to sweep the weekend with a big matchup with Northern State tomorrow. Take a timeout here in the Husky postgame show. More to come as the Huskies take down Moorhead in the second half to win 80 to 62 here on the Husky Sports Network.
St. Cloud State University is a game changer for advancing your career.